Hello. Today's jazzy offering is going to tackle an anthology poetry question. Now, for the sake of everybody's sanity, my own included, I'm not going to bang out the entire response. Life's too short for that crack. What I will do is I'll write 2 paragraphs that, analyse techniques, link to context, and of course, forge a connection, a link between 2 poems, the named one and whichever other one I fancy. Now, I've never seen this question before, so this is really going to be a case of trick or treat. Do I feel lucky, punk? If it's nettles, brilliant. I'm going to be whooping and cheering like an LA cheerleader. However, if it's something horrible and obtuse like La Belle Dame Sans Merci, you might actually hear a grown man cry. That won't be pretty. So, let's see. Oh, another confession before I jump straight in. I've done something very silly, and I urge you not to follow my example, because I've not revised. Now, you might be thinking, not unreasonably, why? Why would you do something as jaw-droppingly stupid as that, Mr. Taylor? And I'll tell you, it's just to demonstrate to you that you can rely on the scrapings of your memory, small but significant details about a poem, to secure high marks in an exam, even if you don't like or fully understand or fully recall everything about that poem that you'd like to. So yeah, it's I've not revised. Stupid thing to do in real life, urge you not to do that, but it's capturing that kind of woolly, confused feeling that can sometimes steal over you in an exam. Just to reiterate then, I've not boned up, I have not revised. Okay, let's crack on and turn the page steaming in. Is it going to be nettles? Make my day, punk. Fish sticks. I do hate this poem. As far as I'm concerned, folks, it's just romantic gloop. You read it, it's like being fire-hosed in sentimental slop. Oh well, you got to roll with it. Mr. Taylor, stop crying your heart out. Let's crack on. Right, let's highlight the key words in the question. We've got the question down here. Sonnet 43 there, the range of other poems I can connect to, and here is our question. Reread Sonnet 43. I'll go on if I must. Choose one other poem from the anthology, the relationships anthology. Compare how romance is presented in the 2 poems. Right, and in your answer, look at language and structure and the influence of contexts. Sold. Okay then, so let's highlight keywords to clarify what it is I'm being asked to do. Comparing, it's imperative I look at both poems. Otherwise, I'm peeing in the wind, I'm doing myself no favours at all. How? That refers to the language and the structural techniques. And our key phrase, romance. What language and structural techniques are used to present romance, or the idea or the theme of romance? And of course, it's got to be language, form and structure, and there's got to be some context in there too. Otherwise, I'm snookered. Right, let's get to work then. Let's see what we can winkle out of this ghastly poem. Well, first of all, in terms of structure, I think I can do something with this punctuation here on the first line. What else can I do? I've kind of nailed structure there, because of course I can say the dashes capture a breathless tone, the exclamation mark, the excitement of being in a romantic relationship. What else can I do? Alright, we've got that light imagery. She's describing her boyfriend. Let's call him her romantic partner to link it to the question. She's likening her romantic partner. She's juxtaposing or linking him with light imagery. I can do something with that. And perhaps another metaphor or simile in there. Ah yes, so she loves him with the love she seemed to lose for her lost sense. Right then, so we've got a structural thing there. We've got the dashes. We've got a linguistic thing there. We've got imagery. And we've got the metaphor there of the lost saints. Now, in the spirit of double dipping, of going deeper by pulling out a secondary technique in each of my examples, just to deepen my analysis, I wonder what I can winkle out here. Well, as I say, I've got the dash and the exclamation mark there, so I've got 2 things to look at. With the love I seem to lose with my lost saints. We've got enjambment there as well. I wonder if there's anything I can do there. With the love I seem to lose with my lost saints. I suppose enjambment creates pace. Perhaps that captures the passionate tone as she talks adoringly about her lover. So I've got 2 things there as well. The sun, the candlelight, light imagery, suggests he brings hope to her life, and maybe I can think of something later to deepen that analysis. But that'll do for now. Right, let's get working then. So the key theme is romance, and the named poem that we're going to tackle first is Sonnet 43. I think before I launch into it, I better start thinking, which poem am I going to link to? I can't do Nettles, can I? Because it doesn't really address romantic issues. He's talking about a relationship between the father and son. And whatever div kid wrote Nettles there needs to learn to use spell check. And Valentine as well. Yeah, that's a swing and a miss from somebody. Anywho, what could I link it to? I'm a big fan of Cooper Clarke's I Want to Be Yours, and that's about a romantic relationship. Or at least he's trying to get together romantically with a girl. So that'll be my comparative poem. But anyway, on to business. Let's see what we can knock out here in our first paragraph. In Sonnet 43, so I'll name check that poem. I'm putting in inverted commas. It's a small thing, just tells the examiner I'm a competent professional student. In Sonnet 43, Browning, that of course is the surname of the lassie that wrote the poem, uses punctuation to present romantic feelings, her romantic feelings. And you don't need a brain the size of a badger to realise what I'm doing there. I'm shoehorning in key words from the question to keep my response task focused. Right, let's embed our evidence now. Let's go with that first line. The first line declares, how do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I can't forget the 2 punctuation marks because I'm going to have a look at both in the spirit of deepening my analyses, aiming for those 7 to 9s. Okay. So we've got our point and we've got our evidence. It's not too big, it's just right. Now, on to the explanation. Analysing the effects of this stuff on the reader. Let's go with that exclamation mark first. The exclamation mark compellingly conveys to the reader always got to name check the reader, don't we? That, so that's like my springboard really, badoing. I can launch off from that into my analysis, into my explanation. The exclamation mark compellingly conveys to the reader that she's excited, just keep it formal, she's excited by thoughts of her partner. No, her romantic partner. Again, just to keep it focused on that question. Okay, so far, so solid. Let's deepen that analysis now and consider the dash. Moreover, nice connective to launch a deeper analysis. Moreover, the dashes serve to dash serves to, and what's that doing? I suppose it's kind of like creating a breathless tone, and maybe that's capturing the passion that she feels. So moreover, the dash serves to capture a breathless tone. Just got pauses and pants. Comma, which captures, not capturing the passion she feels. Sold. So far, good solid paragraph. I've looked at 2 structural features in 1 piddly piece of evidence. Right, now let's try and tonk in a nice contextual link. What do I know about this girl? Again, it's so long since I've read this stinking poem. I know she eloped with your man, didn't she, Robert Browning? I've got it. I can say, you know, the intense love that she shows here, the excitement, might explain why she was prepared to elope with this Johnny against the wishes of her po-faced family. Obviously, I'll have to paraphrase it a bit more formally, but I think that would be a good contextual link to tonk down on paper. Let's get busy. Right, such strong emotions. So I'm going to try and link what I've done here to the contextual detail, just to stress how relevant it is. Such strong emotion reflects. Handy little verb there to make your context appear relevant. You're saying it kind of relates to what you're saying about the writer. Such strong emotion reflects Browning's own life. I'll tonk in a colon there so I can explain myself. She eloped, it's a posh word for ran off. She eloped with Robert Browning. Defying her strict family. Because of the intense love romantic love. And again, you don't need a triple figure IQ to work out when putting romantic in. It was, of course, the key word or key theme from the question. An intense romantic love she felt for him. Smashing. Okay, now I've got to link my paragraph to another poem, and I've gone with I Want to Be Yours by John Cooper Clarke. Now, the great thing is, for my comparative paragraph, I don't have to go into as much detail. I just have to kind of assert a link and show an understanding of that text. But I'm still going to analyse language and context if I can, or structure on context in this case. Let's see what we can do. In I Want to Be Yours, I recall there's no punctuation, is there? So it's all enjambment. Every line kind of runs on to the next one. It's not slowed down by punctuation. That's creating pace. I guess that bit like here is kind of capturing the excitement that he feels about the relationship, about his lover, or his intended lover. Go on, let's see what I can do there then. So, I'm going to start with a trick called the both however method. It's a nice deep way of linking two texts together, this Sonnet 43 and Cooper Clarke's offering. So we'll say both Sonnet 43 and I Want to Be Yours employ, posh word for use, structural techniques. To depict romance. So I've forged a link there. They both use structural techniques. I'm going to look at enjambment for I Want to Be Yours. Both, I'm forging a link. However, I'm kind of evaluating the link or the connection between them. I'm saying, yeah, they're a little bit similar, but they're also a little bit different. However, Cooper Clarke uses enjambment. Can I recall off the top of my head any lines that use it? I don't want to be hers, I want to be yours. I think in this case, because I'm making the comparison, maybe I don't have to go into too much detail. I'll just take it as given that he does use enjambment throughout the poem. Throughout the poem. Indeed, there is no punctuation. Right. contains. Good. Next step, let's analyse that then. Enjambment creates pace, and if I stop there, I've not done too well, but I'm not going to stop there. Enjambment creates pace. Now I've got to say why the poet is trying to create pace here, which engagingly emphasises to the reader what could I do there? Engagingly emphasises to the reader that a passionate tone. Full stop there. I don't think I'm done here yet. I just need to clarify how that links to romance. This reflects the romantic feelings he has towards his lover. Smash him. Now then, I don't have to because this is the comparative paragraph, but I think it would be prudent if I can to tonk in at this point a relevant contextual link. I'm being semi-professionally amazeballs, I think I can, because of course all this enjambment without punctuation, I would argue that links to Cooper Clarke being a punk poet. Punk, it's all about defying the status quo, defying the establishment, established values and the like. So by rejecting formal or conventional punctuation, he's kind of challenging the status quo, the way things are, the rules. So let's see if we can get that in. Formal codes of punctuation. Lovely. Okay then, I think that's us done. I'm not going to bother writing another paragraph, we'll just clarify what I could do. As I say, I could talk about the lost saints here, couldn't I? We could talk about, she loves him like a god. A saint is a religious icon, a religious person. So linking her lover to a religious icon emphasises she almost like worships him. And we could perhaps make a contextual link there because, of course, religion in the 1850s was losing its purchase, its stranglehold over people's beliefs. You had science coming in and starting to explain the natural world. You could no longer just say, well, it's all down to God, isn't it? We learned about respiration, we learned about galvanism, we realised that the natural world operates on scientific principles. So people were losing faith in God. And perhaps this line here, where she's lionising and elevating her lover to the status of God, of a god, suggests the lack of respect that is now increasingly prevalent towards religion. So I could do that. In terms of linking that to I Want to Be Yours, what could I say there? Well, I guess I could talk about that metaphor. If you like your coffee hot, I could be your coffee pot. Because, of course, likening himself to coffee and using this coffee imagery, coffee's a stimulant, perhaps it suggests that he intends to stimulate his lover. Perhaps there's a kind of sexual undercurrent there. If you want to be more simplistic than that, coffee's hot, so he wants to either offer physical or emotional warmth to the lassie as well. So you've got the saint thing, and I could link that to the metaphor of the coffee in I Want to Be Yours. So I reckon that's us, a kick at the bum, off, done. You've got more chance of seeing beach volleyball in the Winter Olympics than paragraphs of this quality performing poorly in an exam. Remember, it's the quality of analysis that matters. It's not the size of the quotation that's going to determine your success. Keep that in mind. Everything should tick along like a Swiss watch. So knock them dead in the exam hall. You know you can.